Ever since WhatsApp announced its new policy, there has always so much confusion about it. What is the change? Should we sign up for the new policy? Should we log out and shift to Signal or Telegram? We are unsure that what platform should we choose and what is this new policy about.
So when you use an app like WhatsApp or any other app, there is something which is core to the app. Like, let's say, for example, in WhatsApp, the core to the app is the actual content of the message that you exchange with your with the other person or with a group, right? And now that is encrypted, and WhatsApp has assured that it will continue to remain encrypted and it will not be accessible to WhatsApp. So that's the first thing which we need to remember, because there's a lot of misinformation going around. Okay. Now, along with the what, which is the content of the message, there is information, a whole lot of surrounding information, which is like about the message, when, how, where, that kind of stuff, which is in technology, we call it metadata, which is like, whom did you send the message to, at what time, from which location, what device did you use, all of that. Now, that data is also equally sort of critical and important to companies, because that's the data that they use to understand you better, profile you, use it for marketing purposes and various other purposes. Now, what WhatsApp is saying is that information which surrounds the actual message is what they're going to be sharing with somebody else, which is primarily Facebook and with other third parties. The question is this new? The only difference is earlier they had given a choice, and you could technically opt out of it. I don't think too many people did because they were not aware. Now they're saying they're not giving you a choice. So essentially, if you're going to use the app, your metadata or the surrounding data is going to be shared with Facebook companies as well as with several other companies.
So, as a layman, when I was reading it, I felt that there is no change in the way we were using WhatsApp and the way we will be using WhatsApp. It's the same. It's just that now they're asking for an official permission.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not actually permission. They're saying this is it. This is what we are doing. If it's not acceptable to you, you're free to go away and not use the app.
So, why this kind of a very clear demarcation that either be here or we are happy that you disconnect the connection?
There is nothing called a free service, right? You either pay in cash or you pay via your personal data. The currency is what changes. So if something is free, please remember you are the product. Now, are you willing to be the product or are you not willing to be a product? Why would any private entity anywhere in the world do something out of, the supposed goodness of their heart, right? I mean, it's supposed to be a business. The business of business is business.
So people ask, will my photos be shared if I am chatting or if I'm dating or if I'm using an app? Will my personal life will be shared? Will it go public? So what is the checkpoint there? What is the answer to that?
So WhatsApp has reassured everybody that the content of your message is not something that they themselves are going to access. Forget sharing with somebody else, right? It is the surrounding information that is of importance to them. And it's not just WhatsApp. Every other app does it. Why only, why the surprise and consternation about just this?
So what is the difference between a WhatsApp account and WhatsApp business account? So they have put the demarcation that personal account will be kept personal, your personal group chats will not be shared. But
Yes.
if you're allowed to be a part of a business chat, so what is it?
Now, if you're using WhatsApp for business, they are very clear that then what data, let's say I'm a user of a business account, and whatever data I share with that business account, they reserve the right to share it further. That content is supposedly available for sharing further. And therefore, you as a business have to be careful about what data is exchanged with that. So
Okay.
it's not just the business house. Here they're saying, in addition to the business house, they have full right and control over that data, which if you go through the terms and conditions, says that they can use that data for improving services, etc., etc., etc. And they can use it for other purposes which are yet to be defined. So you just need to be aware of that.
So again, like a normal user question, that who is the caretaker of our privacy and safety and security? Because government, as we know, that there is a lot of gray area. We don't know. Companies, they will always take benefit of our information, as we all are getting to know every day. Who should we go to for our security, our data safety?
So first of all, we have to be careful ourselves. Okay, take responsibility. Be careful about what data you share online. Be careful about, let's say, the apps you download. Spring clean. We always tell people spring clean. Remove the apps you're not using. Wherever you have a choice, exercise that choice. Take away permissions where you're giving. Be careful what you post anywhere, not just social media. Right, be careful about all of that.
Last and burning question, which why we started this topic today, that what platform I should choose to, WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram. Lot of information are being thrown on WhatsApp groups. Only people share that, okay, what platform do you use on WhatsApp group? So we are confused, that should we move from WhatsApp to Signal, and what are the pros and cons of it?
Yeah, so Signal is what a lot of the activists and people in the industry have been moving to, because it takes very little permissions. It's also a not for profit organization. And in fact, I think the ex founder of WhatsApp is what is behind it. But so here's the thing, you can move to Signal, but unless you completely delete WhatsApp and Facebook, you're not really going to see any material benefit, right? There's no point just moving a few groups to Signal. If you are completely willing to go cold turkey, then do it. But otherwise, you're not going to see any benefit.
So that is a principal call, that either just remarry,
Yeah,
take a divorce and remarry to Signal, or just stay there, good, ugly, bad. That is how it is.
absolutely. And be careful.